Hey there, this is Preston Cohn, and today we're going to be going over how to make an engaging Facebook profile or page for your nonprofit, and kind of what kinds of content to use, and just generally how to set it up for success, and how to post and get the best results possible. So today we're going to go over Art of Imagination. It's a profile that reached out to me and asked for some help with this very specific reason. And I'm going to be going over it and explaining a little bit about what we're going to look at. So today we're just going to look at it together. So follow along, and we'll just start off at the top, right? So I love this picture. It's very cute. It's very engaging. But in general, it doesn't really tell me exactly what this nonprofit does. So I think one of the things that I would recommend for this nonprofit to do right off the bat is to give me a little bit of what we call in my world a call to action and a headline, right? So a headline would be just a simple Art of Imagination. We help children learn how to understand their emotions through art, which I think is kind of generally the way it works, right? Like that would be a great headline to see on this image that would really help us understand a little bit more about what they do and why they do it. And then a call to action. That's the second thing that I would put on this hero image here is a call to action that would say something like, visit our website at boom, or send us a message to see if your child applies, or donate at X, right? Like different things that will at least direct someone to what they're supposed to do. So the priority of what your organization is. But in this situation, I would say probably either like our page or visit our website. That's probably the most important thing that you want to do at this point. Some nonprofits that are a little bit larger may want to ask for a donation, or this one may even want to ask for a donation as that call to action. That's a really great way to do it. So optimize this image is kind of the first thing that we're going to look at. As we're scrolling through and we're looking about this page, there are different ways that you can set up the page that you have. So there's nonprofits, there's business, there's different account setups basically that are templates for how you would set up this page. And the thing that I would see that normally is in this about section is a little bit about what we do. Again, I land on this page and I just don't know exactly what this organization does right off the bat. So I love it. I love what they do. And by the way, I think, like I said, they help kids express and understand their emotions and learn through art, which I think is a really cool thing. But it doesn't really show that here. And so really little impressum or just a little bit of information here on what the nonprofit is. There should be a little about section that you can fill out that just talks about, again, what do we do here? So you're reconfirming what you see here down here, maybe with a few extra words, right? Not extra in terms of not valuable, but extra in terms of helping to explain more clearly what exactly that looks like. Okay, cool. So that, in terms of what I'm seeing for the most part, is pretty good. This button right here can be changed from a send message to visit our website. So again, depending upon what the objective is for this nonprofit, you're going to want to change this button. You can even do a call now feature. So this button can be totally editable. I'm not on the back end of this nonprofit because they're not my client. I don't work for them. I'm just providing some free value to them and helping them understand how to do this. So that's what I would do. I would probably change this to visit our website. Again, in general, that's where you're going to get most people who are going to go through and they're going to click to see what you're about. If they're interested, they're going to donate. If not, they're going to sign up their kids, yada, 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 right? So, at some point, we'll probably go through and do some evaluations of websites. But for now, we're going to stick with the Facebook page. So once you decide on that, once you update your banner, once you add a little information about who you are, a little bio there and what you do, how you serve people, how many kids you've been able to serve, etc., this top portion of the page is pretty much going to be filled out correctly. And I think at that point, you're going to have a lot of success in terms of just filling that out a little bit better, right? Great. Okay, as we scroll down, we're going to look at some of the posts that they've done. So we'll just scroll through and we'll look at these. So the art of imagination will create leaders, empower children to be themselves, promote kindness, create art from nature, and encourage expression each and every day. I love that. That's like a great thing. In fact, that may be a great example of what they could potentially put on this image, or an image like that would kind of explain who we are and what we do very clearly and very creatively. I love that. It's a great post. Not getting a whole lot of engagement. So that leads me to question one thing. Who are these 224 people that follow us, and are they interested in what we're offering? It may be that whoever set up this page invited a lot of their friends and family members who want to support them. That's great. But if they're not actually interested in this, they may see these posts, but they may not click on them. They may not like them. They may not engage them. So I would highly recommend making sure that if you're not getting good engagement on your post and you have a few hundred people or a few thousand people on your page, it may be that the quality of the people is actually not good. It may not be the quality of your posts. It may more likely be the quality of the people, because if you're a nonprofit and you focus on this and you live with this day in and day out, the problems and the pain points and the solutions and what you're providing, you know what people are going to engage with. What would you engage with? Information about how you're helping kids, how this is making a difference for some child who had an anger problem, but now they've been able to express through art and change the way they see things and the way that they express, right? Those types of things are wonderful. Like an article like this, I think this is a good one. As we share things, I would encourage us to share things from our own website and from our own blog as much as possible. You can't do that all the time, and that's fine. You should share stuff from other people. That's a fine thing to do. But just realize that if you're sharing it from other people, that website's getting the clicks, not you. And so the more you can share and create blog posts that are from your website, the better. Again, the fact that this isn't getting a lot of engagement could mean one of two things. One, the people who are following this page aren't good quality. Or two, maybe the way that we're expressing this isn't accurate, right? Maybe we should be reaching out a little bit more with the words that we're using. Another thing that I would suggest doing is consider tagging these other pages. That will give you more engagement. If you go ahead and do Outdoor Topia, I'm assuming they have a page. I don't know if they're a good place or a bad place, but if you did tag them, that would get you more engagement. The other thing I would do is I would use hashtags. Now on Facebook, you don't need to use crazy amounts of hashtags, but if you use a few, 2 or 3, maybe 4, just to talk about art, or maybe there's child education, or maybe there's expression or child expression, whatever that looks like, you'll be able to come up with those, and again, your organization. Now, what a hashtag does is when someone goes up here and they search, art therapy, right? That would be a great hashtag to use, because when they type that in, these posts that you've promoted and these posts that you published will pop up on their news feed and in their search results. And that will be a huge benefit for you, because when they see those search results and they see that you're providing content that they like and are interested in, they will click that. Again, this is I think this might be a new page, but stuff like this is not going to get a whole lot of engagement. That's pretty normal. I do love seeing stuff like this. This is very creative and interesting to me. And I love it. I think it's very cute. It would be nice to see maybe a little bit of a banner at the bottom of this, or maybe at the top, that explains who the kid is. Maybe it says, Johnny, age 9, right? Or whatever that looks like. That'd be pretty cute, and be able to add some depth to those images. And I think that's, for the most part, pretty much it at this point. There are some other things that they're sharing. Again, I think hashtags would be helpful. I think using maybe a little bit more clear language that asks them or tells them what you're trying to get them to do would be huge. But my guess is, as I'm looking at the content on this page, again, that the followers of this page aren't really the people who are going to be actively engaged in using this. One of the things to do to generate people who are actively engaged is to share it on other pages. Create some posts and share it on other pages that are similar to yours. Maybe do a partnership with them and see if they can help you get people who are interested. That's all free. Other ways to do it are to create ads from posts that you've created. I'm not talking about boosted posts. They can work from time to time, but I prefer to be able to target the right people, and by doing that, you create specific ad campaigns for this. So, again, it looks like some results. This event might have worked a little bit better. It seems like there's more engagement back here. Provide opportunities for parents to be able to help their kids at home. That's a great way. They want to use you, but they also want to be able to have content that is helpful for them. So in this situation, again, you wouldn't email a donor and ask them to do something every time or just show them what other people are doing, but you would talk to them about the impact that you're making. You would give them information about why and how you work and how you're able to help children and people. And so the same thing here. How can you help parents and how can you help these kids work through their issues or work through their expression? So anyways, those are some basic things that we're going to talk about today. There's a whole lot more that we could dive into, but for the most part, this is good. I guess the one other final thing is I would add always a branding to these, right? Add the logo, Art of Imagination, to the bottom right-hand corner of these images. Make sure that that's always being reminded to the people that follow you. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I hope this is helpful. Remember that if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am always available. If not, I will try to respond to you as soon as I can. And if you'd like to help, if you'd like for someone to help you manage this, or if you need something like that, you're obviously welcome to reach out to us as well. We do this for a living and do this with nonprofits to help them generate donors and supporters that are net profitable from day one. And we also help them create and manage their Facebook profiles and Instagram profiles and other social networks as well. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you more soon. Bye-bye.